In the previous movie, I described how to calculate simple probabilities, that is, the probability of a single trial. In this movie, I will describe compound probabilities. Compound probabilities assume that you want to analyze multiple independent trials. And by independent, that means that the second trial or outcome, in other words, the second flip of a coin or throw of a die, is independent of the first. If you do have multiple independent trials, then you will multiply probabilities to get a compound probability. So flipping a coin will end up on heads half the time. So the probability of getting heads twice in a row, assuming that the coin is fair, would be 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4. One easy mistake to make is to assume the compound probability after you've already started. In other words, one of the trials has been done. If you're flipping a coin, again, a fair coin, with a 1/2 probability of getting heads, and you flip and get heads, the probability of flipping heads twice in a row is no longer 1/4. It is 1/2 because you've already done it once. And all that matters is the second trial, which is 50% or 1/2 likely to end up on heads. To visualize the probabilities, I have created a chart, and you can see that I have two separate trials in the rows. In the first, we have independent outcomes rolling a die, and we're asking the probability of rolling a 3 on the first outcome and rolling a 3 again on the second one. Assuming everything is independent, then we have one chance out of 6 each of those trials to come up a 3. So that would be 1/6 times 1/6 equals 1/36. So we have one chance out of 36, or 35-1 odds against. We might also ask, what is the probability of rolling exactly a 3 on the first outcome and not rolling a 3, in other words, getting any other number on the second outcome? Well, for that, we have our probability of 1/6 of rolling a 3, and then we have 5 out of 6 numbers that would allow us to succeed in our scenario. So we multiply 1/6 by 5/6 and get 5/36. And those numbers make sense. If we look back at the first row, we see that we have 1 out of 36 of rolling a 3. If we add that to 5 out of 36 in the second row where we don't roll a 3, we get 6 out of 36, which is 1 out of 6, and is the probability of rolling a 3 in the first place. Compound probabilities can get a little tricky, but after you make sure that the results of your trials are independent, you can use multiplication to find the compound probability of the composite outcome you're looking for.